Tonight we are heading to STK at Disney Springs. We have never dined at STK before, so we're really looking forward to it. Gonna get some steak in some form, whether it's a steak or some Wagyu sliders. Heard they're pretty tasty. It will not be happy hour while we are there. Happy hour ends at 6 and our reservation is at 6:30. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna enjoy ourselves. Let's head to Disney Springs. Our reservation was at 6:30 and it's 6:35. There's a lot of people here just kind of standing around and the hostess is just saying, just wait over here. I think it's going to be loud everywhere. That's their thing.
Maybe that's what the girl was dancing.
You're feeling fergalicious? So it's crazy busy outside. Like I said, people are kind of lined up as I showed. All these people just waiting. The table that they sat us at
Was now gone.
it's gone because it was completely sideways. Oh boy. No, that's good. Yeah, no. The menu is not working on their website. We're not off to a good start here at STK. We're gonna give it a go, but yeah. The table situation was not good. As soon as we sat down, the whole table fell over. And they tried to say it was the floor.
Sorry for that.
Like the concrete floor, but it was certainly not. Is the menu working now?
For some reason it was hanging up forever.
What did you order?
I don't know. It's called a rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
Ooh.
All that matters is it good?
Damn, loaded with sugar.
Sugar?
I guess that bottom's nothing but cherry syrup.
Yeah, it does look like cherry Coke syrup, you're right. Thank you.
Thank you. Got the sides coming up.
Why is everything coming out so fast?
Because they're trying to turn people around.
I kind of thought everything was going to come out in a course. Did I misunderstand again?
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so we just got back to our room from our dinner at STK at Disney Springs. What did you think?
I wouldn't go back. I mean, just my honest opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't go back either.
For the prices, well, I guess first off, you know, we kind of went in and I don't know. They sat us at a table that honestly,
no one should have been sat at.
that table was so bad. I mean,
It
we've
fell
sat
over.
at leaning tables and stuff like that before.
Yeah, where they're kind of just like teetering.
This had nothing to do with that. It was like there were bolts missing in the center of the table where, I mean, honestly, you touch the side of the table And I bet it went off like 30 degrees the top. And the waiter came over and I said, look, man, there's something wrong with this table. Like, it's in really, really bad shape. He's like, oh, it's no problem. I'll fix it. He's like, it's just, you know, you put stuff down at the bottom. I was like, there's no amount of Splenda packets or anything like that you're going to be able to do to fix this table.
Yeah.
So Janine had gone up to go talk to somebody about it, and
I talked to the hostess who sat us, and she
didn't have a very good attitude about it. And you know, fortunately, when our waiter tried to realize, once he realized how bad it was, he goes, oh yeah, this table is broken. And it's like, yeah, this table is broken. So the manager came over and obviously moved us, but from that point forward, we kind of had a bad taste in our mouth. We were rushed through our entire dinner.
The bread service, the appetizer, and
everything
the
came out at the exact same time. Bread, our appetizer, our meal, everything. Everything came out all at one time. We didn't really order, and I'm kind of glad that we didn't. You know, Janine has been eating a whole lot as far as food-wise, so typically we've been kind of sharing an entree, which is fine. You know, it gives me the opportunity to try more things like multiple appetizers and smaller dishes, and since all of the sides were a la carte,
$16.
yeah, I mean, you know, it was fine, but it gave me the opportunity to be able to, like, you know what, I was going to try, they had a mac and cheese trio, which was 3 different types of mac and cheese, which I knew there was no way we were going to eat all of it. I mean, that's meant to get as a side for, you know, if you have a party of like 5 to 8 people probably that you all split. So, you know, but I went into it knowing that I wasn't going to eat all of it, but I figured, well, you know, she was going to have some of her steak left over. I also got the Wagyu sliders just because I've heard decent things about them. I wasn't looking for a whole steak, and I knew she was going to have steak left. So I just figured, you know, try some of the other stuff. The Wagyu beef sliders, I don't know, it was a lot of bread versus what the actual slider was. I understand sliders are small, I get that. You know, it was $21 for 2 sliders. I would say the actual portion size of the actual slider itself was maybe 1.5 ounces, maybe.
And that would have been fine if they were, like, amazing.
You know, they weren't. Look, it is what it is.
Yeah, we're not complaining about the prices, because, you know, there are comparable places here that charge the same prices. It's just, it left nothing to be desired. Yeah,
I mean, let's put it this way. The 3 mac and cheeses, okay, so one of them was just a plain mac and cheese. The other one was a advertised ham mac and cheese, and the third was a lobster mac and cheese, and I think it was $39. And they came out in 3 cast iron dishes, you know, not real big, but, you know, pretty big portions as far as, you know, for sides. So,
a nice presentation. Like, I liked that they grouped them like that. But
they weren't labeled.
The person who brought our food out, like, because it all came at once, they didn't say, like, this is this, this is this, this is this.
Right.
And there were sauces for the different things. Like, there was no explanation. It was just all kind of thrown on our table at once. And I was like, okay, I guess we're getting all of our food.
Right.
This appears to be like a pesto sauce, right?
Yeah.
No. So, but anyway, the mac and cheese.
Yeah, the mac and cheese, like I said, I mean, they all looked identical.
Yeah.
I mean, they all had a seasoning, so it was really hard to tell which one was the regular mac and cheese, which was the lobster, until you started, like, kind of digging through. And to be perfectly honest, the ham, there was maybe, I think, you know, from what I ate, maybe 3 or 4 pieces of just small diced pieces of ham in it. Other than that, there was no ham in it. And the pieces of ham that were in it were, like, charred. Like, I mean, they were that hard and crunchy, like, they might as well have been bacon.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, you know. And the lobster, there was actually some lobster meat in it. You know, look, I get it. I don't know.
We make lobster
$39, I guess, you know, for 3 different mac and cheeses. You know, I'm not looking. I mean, the mac and cheese wasn't bad. Overall, the mac and cheese, it was shells. The sauce was good. It wasn't too rich. It wasn't oily, which I did appreciate. That I've had mac and cheeses that are super oily, and you feel like really bad.
And that wasn't this.
And it wasn't that. Yeah, and that's true. So you know, overall, but the flavor was fairly bland when it came to that. And, you know, Janine's kind of, her filet that she got kind of was similar. I mean, it had flavoring to it, but for, I don't know, was it a 6 ounce or 8 ounce?
The filet was a 6 ounce.
So it was, I think it was $41.
It was $40-some for the 6 ounce. I was torn between the Wagyu flat iron for $48 and just the regular filet for $40. And it was like, you know, I didn't want to be disappointed and I didn't want to be misled by the Wagyu name. Like, is it actually, because, you know, a strip steak or whatever it was, flat iron, is a little bit, we use those to make tacos. Like, they're a little bit tougher. So I didn't want that. And I just had steak Wagyu at California Grill, and that was good, but this was not. Look, I didn't get the truffle butter that he recommended on it just because I just wanted a steak. Like, I don't need you to dress it up. I just wanted a steak. And I
mean, a good steak, you shouldn't have to put a lot on it.
Yeah. You know, I was really disappointed. I got the Parmesan truffle fries. They were okay. I mean, look, none of it was all like, oh my gosh, I need to go back here. You know, there's a lot of places we go here that were like, oh my gosh, like California Grill. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You know, I would not recommend that people go to STK. I'm sorry. I would tell you to save your money and go to California Grill or, you know, another signature restaurant like Narcoossee's. I mean, you know, if you want steak, I would go to California Grill, or I would go to Chico.
Even Shula's.
Shula's at the Dolphin. Now, that's a really good point. The whole time we were at STK, I was just thinking, we should have just gone to Shula's.
That's identical to what they're competing with. The difference is Shula's is a much classier operation.
STK is a nightclub steakhouse, and Shula's is an upscale steakhouse at the Dolphin, at the Swan and Dolphin Resort.
I mean, this followed through, like, and again, you know, it wasn't just the food, but it was just the overall way that the waiters,
the service,
the way that
everything.
I don't know, maybe the atmosphere for us. And look, I don't by any means consider us like that older of a generation, but you know, have blaring, you know, club music the whole time you're eating.
It's not a date night place. Like,
no, I wouldn't say that either.
Disney Springs date night, like if you're going out as a couple, you know, and the kids are back at the hotel at the babysitting service or what have you, like with family, and you know, you're going out as a couple, would highly not recommend STK because it's hard. I have a hard time with background noise, so it was hard for me to hear Jared just sitting across the table from me because of all of, like, we had speakers and we were outside. I can't imagine if we had had a table inside. I wouldn't have been able to hear anything.
They're just trying to be trendy.
Starter, I want to recommend for you, sir, know you that is old fashioned. It's a waffle reserve bourbon. They finish with vanilla bean, make it like a smoothie sweet on the end.
Like that's the thing.
I get
for me,
it.
it's a trendy restaurant. It's
I know what STK is. Like, it's been, you know, a big brand for a while. You know, it's like the early 2000s crowd kind of thing. And they're really popular in Los Angeles and Las Vegas and, you know, all over. But it's just, it didn't hit the mark for us. And we won't be going back. You know, we'll definitely go to our other favorite restaurants. Look, we tried a lot of new restaurants this trip, especially Disney Springs restaurants, because there are a lot of times where we see things on the menu and we're like, oh, we should try that. But, you know, this time we were forced to try Disney Springs restaurants because so many of our favorites like Chico are not open due to COVID. So, you know, we tried a few new restaurants at Disney Springs. STK was one of them, and we just were not impressed, nor would we recommend you spend your money there because it is expensive. I know expensive is a relative term because what's expensive for us may not be expensive for you, but I just feel like for the money that you spend.
To me, if you spend over $100 for 2 people to eat dinner, that's expensive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Especially even at Disney, like even with Disney prices, like I'm sorry, that's
a lot.
You can go and have a really nice meal. You know, we're not talking about alcohol. Like, you can go have a really nice meal without alcohol at another Disney signature restaurant.
That doesn't even bring up to the point that I did get a cocktail.
I was gonna say, please talk about your cocktail, because
I even left it. I left half of it. It was
That's how you know the drink was bad. Like if Jared left a drink behind.
Yeah, I left it.
As soon as we sat down, our server, you know, it just got off to a bad start because after the table and everything, he's like, I have a bourbon for you and I have a cocktail for you. And I'm like, look, I don't want anything to drink. I just bring me some water and leave me alone with the menu right now. Like, I just felt like everything was so rushed. It was like, let me get you a drink. Let's get your food order. Here's your food. Get out the door, you know. So yeah, his drink was all sugar and he didn't finish it. I mean, how much was your drink?
It was $20.
Yeah.
It's a $20 cocktail, and that was not even close to a $20 cocktail.
You can go to California Grill and have a lemon martini.
There's signature drinks that, you know, and not
$14.
Anybody can call anything signature, but
yeah,
this was, you know, the drinks you get at California Grill are
handcrafted, fresh juice.
This feels like somebody basically just took all their stuff and just pool barred it up, and there you go.
It's not real like juice, you know. It's all sweetener and artificial like flavoring, you know. Whereas California Grill or Chico or Narcoossee's, they have fresh cocktails that they make, and you know, you're paying a premium at $14-15. STK's just charging you $20 for some sugar water. Was there even any alcohol in it?
Well, I think there was definitely alcohol in it.
All right.
No, there was.
I didn't taste it.
There was a whole lot of cherry liqueur, or cherry syrup in the bottom, which with the straw, you know, that's the way it was set up. So your first sip of it was that it was all cherry syrup, but everything above the cherry syrup, which, you know, I tried to mix it in a little bit, was just really sour and just bitter and just didn't go.
You said grapefruit.
Yeah, it tasted very, I mean, I ordered it because it had pineapple juice and orange juice and stuff, and I like those things.
But you said it didn't.
This just, I don't know if the juice was just not fresh or if it was out of, I don't know. I didn't like it.
So we hate to be like this, but we want you guys to, you know, have honest opinions.
I would have appreciated somebody having a review like this to let me know, because I can guarantee you that we would not have gone.
No.
Because most of the people that we've seen review this place have gone for lunch.
Yes. And gotten like calamari.
Yeah, gotten calamari, gotten, you know, maybe, you know, the Wagyu beef sliders. And like I said, they said they were good. So, you know, we decided that we were going to go there and try the steaks. But yeah, I would definitely go to any other steakhouse. Yeah. Especially like Shula's, I would.
Definitely. 100%. If you're looking for a steakhouse on Disney property with quality meats. So yeah, that's it. We won't be back to STK. Hopefully the next time we dine at Disney Springs, we'll have a better experience. Tomorrow we are dining at a resort, so no more Disney Springs dining for us. No more Disney Springs, period, because it was just crazy busy. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully our next review will be a positive one. We're not picky, I promise. I feel like all right, well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye. What did you order to drink?
I didn't order anything.
Oh.
He brings me that freaking mule, I'm gonna kick him in the mule.
Yeah.